Welcome back at ABC Networking. My name is Tobias van Inge. The first week of December we were visiting Hewlett Packard Enterprise Discover in London, and what we did for you there was we took some recordings of some demonstration of the new products. Hope you can all enjoy this.
So I don't actually have to do a presentation, right? So, but I'm going to tell you about onboarding.
Yes.
This is good. So Tony, let me tell you a little bit about Clearpass onboarding. Okay, so the idea behind onboarding is it's for BYOD devices, so bring your own device, right? And what we want to do is we want to provision to this device a digital certificate and a network profile that allows us to have secure access onto the wireless network. Okay? So it's a real easy self-driven workflow, so it's all user-driven, and we'll just walk through it real quick, give you an idea of what it looks like. Okay, so I'm just going to fire up my wireless network. I'm going to attach to this EtherSphere Aruba network, and this is a WPA2 network. Okay, it's requiring credentials. Okay, so in this case, we're doing just a username and password authentication, and we're going to connect. And hopefully you should see it connect there, right? So this has a self-signed certificate for the radius cert, so that's just why we need to trust that certificate. In a real deployment, we would be using a publicly signed cert and it wouldn't be a problem. So I'm now attached to this network. And so now let's go and try to browse somewhere. Oh, actually, where's your Safari browser on this thing? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, let's try to hit Apple, for instance. Okay. We're going to try to hit Apple, and instead of getting to Apple, we actually get to the onboarding page. Okay, so again, a self-driven workflow, self-service. Right, and what this is telling us that our device has not been onboarded. Right, so in order to get secure access to this network, we actually have to bring our device into the fold. Right, we have to bring it onto the corporate network. We have to provision that certificate and that network profile. Now, this device had been provisioned at one point, but we've since removed that profile, so we'll go ahead and re-provision. And now it's asking me for my credentials. And so again, we're going to use those. And just get, hopefully I typed that correctly. And no, we don't need to do that. Okay, and you'll see the workflow here. All right, it's asking us to install the certificate. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll just go ahead and, I don't know what your top secret password is there.
There you go.
All right, very good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and install this certificate. It's verified. And now we're going to have to install a network profile. So this actually determines the SSID that we're going to connect to and exactly how we're going to connect to that SSID. And I think it's going to ask us for that super secret password one more time. Okay, there we go. We'll install that. Installed. Okay. Now, as part of the onboarding process, Clearpass is also, once we've completed this process, is also going to signal back to the Aruba controller to disconnect our device and force a re-authentication. That's what's happened. The Wi-Fi got dropped, so it thinks that we want mobile data at this point, but it's turned off. Okay. So we've now been re-authenticated onto the network, and if I now go and try to do a little browsing here, see if we've got a bookmark, maybe go to the BBC, and you'll see now that we have full access to our network and we're able to pull up that web page. Now if we take just a quick look up here, we'll see a couple of things. Alright, let's go and take a look, say, at this authentication event. So this is Barney here, he's authenticated. And this was the first authentication when I used my username and password. And you'll be able to see that because the authentication method is PEEP in this chat v2, so we're going against AD server here. And then there's a couple of more authentication events here. These are related to onboarding. And then you'll see this final one here. This is where we were forced to re-authenticate. And you'll see now that we're using TLS, which is certificate-based authentication. And that's how easy onboarding is to get your personal device onto a corporate network.